What is with the sad face? That was a close one. I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks? Wait, tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? Well, I mean, it's not so much a trick, it's bluffing. It's bluffing that leads to, technically, you know, actual ability. It's fine. By the way, is the next witness who I think it to be? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Dick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sister's ghosts will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. But now I do. What does it all mean? Alright, we're back in court. Bring out the afros! Court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of is getting attacked by a whip. I don't want to hear it, old man! After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Yes, sir? Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. The ka-channeling, if you will. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. Hey, Phoenix. How you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know. Ow. Name and occupation! I declare, what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here is violence against my fair self. That's fine. That's fine? That ain't fine, that's a whip! Thank you, Lotta, for having logic and brain matter. Ow, okay, getting hit again. There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools, said the biggest fool in the room. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. The name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify. Now, let's all just, you know, do the thing. It's all good. No one needs to friggity freak out, y'all. Alright, explain yourself. Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then BAM! We heard this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around like a crazy person. I swear, other than those two, there's no one else in the room. And did you take a picture of the scene right after the moida took place? Reckon course. Eh? Excuse me? Reckon course. It's short for you reckon, of course I did. Ow! Does it look like I care? Well, to be fair, I don't think you care about literally anything, so what are you gonna say about that? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth! The moment of tooth! Let's see here. This here's the picture. Let's take a gander. Oh, wow, look at that. Huh. It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room, although they seem to have changed positions entirely, so that's a little odd. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. I'm going to lawyer harder than I've ever lawyered before, except for that one time when I lawyered really hard and almost ruptured something. Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. Okay, well, hang on a second. Was it really only those two that went in? Oh, what? What are you babbling about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two who went into the room. Hold on, we can't have the defense testifying against its own client. Anyway, folks, only the two of them went in there, you hear. But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue. Okay. There were two bangs. Was it really a gun? Okay, that's a dumb question, Phoenix. Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yes, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot. And why are we here listening to the defense testify? And the world becomes just a little crueler. I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story happens, you see. Okay. Did I really break the door down? So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down? Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then? Yes, Miss Von Karma, I broke the door down, sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition? No need for apologizing. That was great. You're a real man. Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see. The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And? What did you see? Oh, I'll tell you what I did done see. Waving a pistol around? That seems unlikely. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Lotta seems awfully confident in her testimony. Then I shall press harder! Lotta, please think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room? Hot tamale? That's a hot tamale? Yeah, okay. Oh, that's a click one. Lotta, at a time like this. Times like this are perfect for stamping up shots. Which means that then... Hey, but that was only the first one. There's two. When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not, am I correct? Well, you see. Is she wearing sandals? Order! Miss Hart, you are here to present accurate testimonio. Yeah, okay, sorry. Good. That shifts things ever so slightly to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah, well... so's your personality. Oh, there we go. If that was a little faster, it would have actually hurt more. Witness, think back to when the two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered? One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Oh, I mean, yeah. Yeah, it was Maya that went in. Looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Nay! Exactly. Rats! And I'm trapped like one! Again! Shut your face! Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure am. But that old witch chased us out of the room, so... Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey? But there was no one else in there. You know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. I mean, sure, there was over 300 separate individually lit candles, but that doesn't exactly illuminate much. Was there really no one else in there? What about... behind the folding screen? What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Huh? Did you? Wreck given? Huh? What in the... Wreck given. You know, you reckon? That's a given. It took me a good look around the room once. There's ain't no way anybody was hanging out behind that folding screen. If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart? What? You got a problem? Wreck given. I mean, I am having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you act Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony or do you not? Blargan! Just as I thought, there's nothing wrong with this testimonial. What am I supposed to do with this noise? Yeah, I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough. Seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony. At the time of the crime, only two people were in the chamber. Victim and defendant. And then there was a pow, but what about the second photo? The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I going to do? If I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say. If I make one wrong move, I'm going to have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in this photo? No. No, I don't have anything that specifically does that. Well, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. That's enough. What? Is this it? Is this all I could do? I think it's quite obvious to this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible. I told you. Totally. 100% impossible. Miss Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume? I couldn't protect Maya. The defense. Phoenix, use the force. Use the Force, Phoenix. Mia. Yeah! Okay. Okay. First of all, that is weird. Second of all, it is weird. Third of all, ah! And fourth of all, okay. Just barely fitting in Maya's clothes, fine. But there is no way in the 7 rings of hell, and there's more than that, I'm aware, that an 8-year-old girl's clothing would not have just shredded off as you did that. That's even more, oh my god, that's not even cleavage. That's just an explosion of breast. Ugh. But pearls? Her clothes are a bit small. Oh, is that how you're justifying it, game? Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully one more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Oh, what did we see? Yeah, well, there was a 1. Gotta bring up the 2. Yeah, I know. I've seen this about 1,000 times. Well, like 4 times. But that's besides the point. You see, there is one final piece to this puzzle. Question Lotta once more time. Wait, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period. Hold it, you simple fool. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. Oh, well, aren't you a butt? I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination is already ended. Furthermore, okay, hi. It's fine, I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect, absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that? But, I have some place I must go after this. Ow, my face! All right, I'll allow it. Wow, that was probably the dumbest thing you could have done there, lady type. Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into that dang chamber. Okay, you got it. See, you got through to the judge somehow, right? Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him, but it worked. Dear God, Mia, have you no shame? When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was the Maya. I was, kinda scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. But you took 2 shots. Nothing sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. Okay, you say a lot of words as if those are the only words you can say. But we both know that that's a lie, and you can say other ones too. 2, right? 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only 1 has been submitted as evidence. Yeah. Miss Hart, where's the other picture you have been withholding? You nerd! No, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I could be a little mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows herself. Then why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet? Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What? Von Karma! Are you tampering with the witness? Miss Von Karma, you're hiding evidence! Unforgivable, Von Karma. I'll have to slap you silly! Suppressing evidence like this, you're as bad as your father. I don't want to get hit! I'm so mad that even my throat's clenching up. I better let the judge handle this. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court? I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? It's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth. How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. Give me that thing. Oh, hey, look at that. It's not Maya's face. Isn't that interesting? And you're trying to tell me that this picture is exactly the same as the other one? What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took the day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur. I think the important point here is the person in this picture. That is most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the concerned meaning of all this noise? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, ay, 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 ay. I'm gonna say that it isn't her. Technically, Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in this picture is not her. Yes, I can. It's not just her face, her whole body has taken on a different appearance, and cleavage, unnecessary. There's only one conclusion that can be drawn then. That somehow, this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. Bing, bang, boom. Thank you and good night. Order, order, order. Well, yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Yeah, we did it. You're too soft. Oh, you're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. Her smug aura, it irradiates straight from her dumb-looking face. I think you'd better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that? Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitors room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant Maya Fey during his visit. Maya Fey? But those chesticles are much too large. Isn't this a totally different person? Ow. Also, did you, like, sneak a camera into the detention center? Isn't that illegal? She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. No, but seriously, can we talk about how I think that's illegal? It's unbelievable that she can. Yet it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Oh my god, look at all this high and Simombo. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may. Mia? Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. I just took it to be a jerk. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. For one reason or another, I don't even have a single witted line. Looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this, and I still can't believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant, Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove this noise? Saying I can't prove it's just gonna make things stop, so I can prove it, sure. Your Honor. Oh, the fire's returned to your eyes, I see. This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. Oh, wait, yeah, I see it now, too. There is a testimonial. A contradictional. So you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out where this thing is? Well, there's no hole in the sleeve. What's up with that? Please direct your attention here! To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it. Precisely! And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there? Oh, I see you have decided to be a dimwit. Very well. There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. And yet here it is, non-existent, which would imply that another bullet gets fired at some point? How does that work? Explain yourself. I may be a humble country lawyer, but I think that's a load of hooey. Miss Von Karma, you intend to hide this valuable piece of evidence?
Well, I mean, yeah, I cheat. It's what I do.
Do you not remember the person that sired her? You'll most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. All right. Okay, this has to do something here. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at her face. Can I? Okay, if she can hit people with a whip, can I throw bricks?
Derp.
Tisk, tisk, jumping the gun again, I see, Your Honor. I'd like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean? And what incompetent fools? If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to the case. I see. That's a technicality and you know it. She's lying through her teeth. I know it. I'm gonna kick her in the teeth, and then she won't have anything to lie through, so her lies will be unfiltered. Ugh, but you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Lie, cheat, and steal all you want. Doesn't matter. As long as the judge says you win, then you won. Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that detective gets what's coming. Hi, Chihuahua. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Or Gumshoe. You don't deserve this. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in the sleeve. Where'd it go? Where'd it come from? Where did it go? Where did it come from, Cotton Eye Joe? However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, all right? Got it. Watch this, Maya. I'ma save the world. Your Honor. There's only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The picture is fake. The bullet hole was made later. The shooter was someone else. The doctor is his mother. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet in it. However, this person clearly does not. There could be only one explanation. Because the dude's dead already, so why would another shot be happening? The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. Rocket, rocket! Order, order, order! If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial with a gun. Ow! 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 What? Why me? Oh, poor Lotta. It's like, how? Why did I get hit? The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please, enlighten us with your pointy German words. Hey, witness! Ah! What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor? Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say, okay, you hit me again. I swear I wasn't lying. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see, now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What's black and white and red all over? Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? I have answers. Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did that defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? And you know what? I think I have an idea on how that might work. That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix. Right? I can't believe that even Mia's calling me by my full name. I don't much care for what you're doing. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? Oh, you vastly underestimate my ability to just kind of, I was gonna say lie, but it's not lying again. It's just bluffing and prolonging things. To turn things around? I mean, every single chapter name has turnabout in it, so that's right. Mia was always turn things around and change your perspective. Phoenix? So where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at the situation from a different angleosity. Let's see. What if, before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true. Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... Maya had left the room. She'd left the channeling chamber at some point. And the defense can prove this. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolish dreams. You say fool a lot when you're backed into a corner, you know that? Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt Morgan Fey, who's probably complicit. She did kick us out real fast. She said, okay, fine, you can break it down. But then as soon as we were in there, she's all like, get out of here, I'm gonna hit you with a stick. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary. Poor Gumshoe. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room. How did this get out of the room? It's the key. Do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, and that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key is the only one of its kind, after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? No, no! Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes? Looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her and confiscated and submitted as evidence. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. So what's the deal with that? Ah! Well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. Names are unimportant, and that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. Don't ask me to prove that, though. That's preposterous. It's preposterous. I was saying it wrong on purpose. That means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. Bargain! Yeah, what are you gonna say about that, shiggity chump? Your dad had way more experience. What makes you think you're gonna do any better? It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the moider. However, is this person the defendant, or is it not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma, how can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case! How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy! Ah! Like the band? Because, I mean, I don't see it. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. Or I'll use violence to solve my problems. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict, even if that means murdering everyone in this room, especially the judge. That's enough. If you'd like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Bought myself some time, which is good, because I need to do more investigative work, because I have some theories. Wow. That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Somehow? Fitting in your tiny, tiny little girl clothes? Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah, it's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Nick, I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gotten into that room. Yeah, probably not, but that's not the point now, is it? The point is, I got this trial extended. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like what happened in the room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. Pearl, I will untie your hair, Loopy. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. All right, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing. So sheltered. So much dumb. Pat, pat on head. Pat, pat. Don't sit on that.